lies and deception, I can stand and prove who I am, but Buhari cannot do the same thing. Yes. Because the man you're looking at on the television is not Buhari. Don't you know that? Yes. Don't you know that? We are unstoppable.
Yes.
Unstoppable.
Yes.
Come on, you look at that. They'll keep lying. Mussolini in the Yoruba. Now, when there was someone the Fulani on the Boni when you prepare, yes,
sir.
Song is published by Igbo man, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
They are doing more damaging work than I was Fulani. Through misinformation and lying. Are the ones who are breaking the law, not me. You can see the lies they are publishing about me and IPOB. Me and Buhari, who should be afraid of each other? Me and the Zoo police, who should be afraid of each other? Me and the Zoo army, who should be afraid of each other? How dare somebody publish that I'm in hiding? Who is that idiot? Come on, I can go put your hand.
What you like?
From some newspaper, an Igbo man's paper, writing nonsense. What is the headline? That Biafra leader on the run. From some newspaper. That is zoo journalism for you. That is why we have our own radio Biafra. Yes. That is why we have our own satellite television. That is why we have Biafra television. Because of lies and deception. I can stand and prove who I am, but Buhari cannot do the same thing. Yes. Because the man you're looking at on the television is not Buhari. Don't you know that? Yes. Don't you know that? His name is Jubail, he's from Sudan. After extensive plastic surgery, they brought him back. Taught him Buhari's mannerisms. And he came and deceived all of you. You cannot deceive Nnamdi, Kanu. You cannot deceive IPOB. You are untouchable. It wasn't my wish to speak. But the more I keep quiet, the more they keep lying against me. That is why I must speak.
Yes. Why?
I must defend IPOB. I am under oath to defend IPOB, and I will do it.
And we are with you, sir. We are with you to the cause. We are with you. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. It's no surrender.
We can never, ever surrender.
Yes.
Don't mind the lies they are feeding you. Bunch of lies. If I have something to say, I will say it live.
Yes.
As is happening now. People want to sell their newspapers, they fabricate nonsense. I have spoken to one of some newspaper journalists this morning. I have told them that some of you Igbo people are the delay that Biafra is experiencing. It is our sample and I can fight them to stand still. Some of you Igbo men and journalists are the problems we are having. Look at what a newspaper editor published for public consumption. They were writing about Benjamin Onwuka. Is he the Biafran leader? No! The editor of the newspaper is a Yoruba man, weekend editor of the Sun newspaper. And some of you wonder why you don't have good roads, why you don't have good schools, why you don't have employment, why things are terrible. Because the people that you expect to guide and to mold opinions of the people, they are criminals. They are liars and vagabonds. Yes, yes. Yesterday they wrote another rubbish. I was told by a Punch newspaper that they said they are sending police everywhere in case I want to escape. Do you see how stupid people are? Do you see how useless people actually are? Do you see why I castigate black African people? Do you now understand it? Yes. Because they are stupid. Yes. Very useless. I wasn't afraid of Buhari inside his law court. Bambalo can kill him in prison. It's now that I'm in my father's lockdown. That I will be tight. Fruits. Don't be afraid of anybody. We are dear friends. People should be afraid of us. Yes. We are IPOB. People should be afraid of us. Yes. Because after this encounter, the zoo can never be the same again. Yes. They think we are joking. Yes. That is the worst mistake Buhari ever made, was to arrest him. Yes. The worst mistake ever. I will break the zoo to pieces. What is going to happen? I am taking IPOB to Abuja on the 17th of next month for my court case.
We are with you, sir. We are with you.
There will be 2 million people in Abuja.
Yes. I will be there. I will be there. I will be there with you, sir.
I will be there. We take the battle to our enemies.
Yes, sir.
And let me make this very clear to you. You are under oath.
Yes.
And by virtue of that oath, you are under direct order from me.
Yes.
Any day you wake up, you hear I've been arrested, burn Nigeria down to the ground.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Action as regards this, some were happy, and why some were claiming that this is the fake Buhari, that the real Buhari is dead. What's your take as regards this?
Yeah, whatever it is, the UK mail that first broke the news that Buhari was dead, it was not really Nnamdi Kanu. People does not understand that, but it was a UK media platform that actually broke the news that Buhari was dead. That was around 2017 or thereabout, yes, if I can remember, where he disappeared from the space, and after emerging as the president, but Buhari first took ill around April or 2016 or 2015, if I can remember, and we've seen that his health deteriorated to the extent that in around 2017 he disappeared from the surface of the earth and went to an unknown location for where he spent days, and there was this speculation, because nobody could reach him, the media couldn't reach him, Nigerians couldn't reach him, and that what triggered the news then that he was actually a clone dead man, and they're not in their usual stuff, just like what we saw during Jonathan and Yanadua. We saw very clearly that the manipulation that took place when even why Yanadua was confirmed to have been dead. The media, the Northerners, keep on covering that aspect of it until when he was brought back to Nigeria, even to an extent, they took light, just so similar thing happened to Buhari, and we have not been able to get to that level of really unveiling whether the Jubril we saw or the real Buhari, but that has been kept in secret. For the man to come out and said, severally that that he the kind of medical attention and equipment and other things he saw or he went through, or some of raised that speculations that the Northerners the might have been into something very secretive that they has kept a secret by themselves. So that was what triggered that, and he came and managed to stay 8 years in office. And on May 29, 2023, he left office anyway. And since that time he left office around April, he was also flown out again. So, I remember when Shetima and the rest of them led a visit to him, and they were able to move him from Daura, to Kaduna. Suspiciously, Nigerians start having that suspicion that something must be ongoing. And since that time, Buhari has not been spotted anywhere in the public, and the triggering speculations that Nnamdi Kanu, might have a detailed information, about the identity and the personality of a man, who appeared from the horizon and took over the mantle of, leadership for over 8 years, So the UK Mail that broke that story, has not been giving the public, a more investigative, story or news about the whereabouts of Muhammad Buhari, whether it was late or they not decided to play a game against Nigerians that is best known to them. But unfortunately, according to Gaba Shehu, who is also Buhari's media aide, there's a lot of things, that we are hearing now. It's possible that Buhari might not might be late. God forbid. We are just saying that. It's possible because from the what we are hearing from the undisclosed hospital where he was being seen last, smuggled within that space, within that area, he is not something funny. We pray that it is not what it is, but whatever it is, and that is Buhari for you, an arch enemy of the Igbo people, and an arch enemy of anything that has to do with Biafra, an arch enemy, and the brain behind the extremism, the Islamic agenda, and the Fulanization of Nigeria. I remember years ago, Buhari can never be associated with anything that has to do with the goodness of any Igbo man, any time, any day, because the guy is clearly, purely an anti-Igbo. And these are the people that are suspecting, as being reported in different quarters, that he might have been the brain behind the recent, unleash of the Fulani herdsmen, bandits, killer squad, sex, extremism, name them, jihadist agenda and all that, because this is a man, who has made several statements, threatening anybody who want to rise against the Islamization of Nigeria and the Fulanization of Nigeria. So this is everywhere. We need to know whether Buhari is still alive and whether he is late.
Okay, but a lot of people have a lot of Igbos currently on social media are saying that this was the same man that declared IPOB as a terrorist group And at the same time, he said what? He said he will talk to the IPOB and the Igbos in a way they will understand. That was when Nnamdi Kanu, created ESN and vowed to protect the Igbos. And but a lot of people have said, even the same Buhari, up till now, we don't know where the wife is. We are not hearing from the children that they are still insisting that it's fake Buhari, and at the same time, they feel that what is happening to him is well deserved as regards him kidnapping Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya.
And you can see that atrocity maybe because of the recent revelation about what happened in Kenya. His health, deteriorated because yes, the shock. So the whole thing is very clear. He was, of course, like I said before, something else when it comes to anything that has to do with Igbo. But thank God that he met his mate in Nnamdi Kanu, and Nnamdi Kanu have, actually taught him a very big lesson. He never succeeded. The only thing is that these are the people who use the likes of Hope Uzodinma and the rest of them, to infiltrate the eastern part of the country and begin to cause serious havoc by deploying the so-called repentant Boko Haram in the Nigerian army, deploying them entirely to the eastern part of the country. He added to the issue of insecurity and liars with some governors, created the Ibuago. The Ibuago were busy killing the Igbo people. I remember he said, the Igbos are a dot nation. He was making some kind of mockery statement about the people whom he later came to acknowledge they are a force to reckon with. So Buhari, for me, is no good area for any Igbo man, and I can tell you very clearly that that man you are seeing there, that was taught a big lesson by Nnamdi Kanu, will never regret. The international community and the ICC has already mapped out plan to get him to explain his role, how he got involved in the issue of illegal rendition and kidnapping of Nnamdi Kanu. I think it became worse. His health became worse after hearing the victory of Nnamdi Kanu's court case. So for now, we are still watching the development from the news we are getting. Buhari might not be able, to face ICC this time around because it is not going to find it funny. Imagine Buhari spending the rest of his life in ICC custody, being locked up somewhere for violating the Commonwealth Treaty and for compromising the Kenyan government. It's a criminal act, and coupled with a lot of things that has been attached to his government. Massive corruption, looting, the killing of the Igbos, and those how he liaised with Wike and the rest of them. Also, Carlo, these are the people he actually used to destabilize the eastern part of the country and create pure insecurity, allowing the current security threats we are seeing now in terms of the jihadists in the eastern part of the country battling to see how they are going to infiltrate the political space and, of course, take over the indigenous communities of the eastern part of the country, which is referred mostly as Biafrans.
Okay, but one thing you mentioned, he said, Buhari might not be able to survive the onslaught, from the ICC. But we've heard the United Nations and the US, come out to, finger, Buhari as the pioneer, as the person that created the security. That is, he partnered with Umahi and Uzodinma to create a Bubagu who were, fingered as people that were killing people in the southeast. Do you think this is one of the main issue why Buhari knows that he might be taken to world court? That's why he's kind of perturbed and scared as regards this.
He's a very cunning man. There is a very somebody that is that has, when you look at him very well, these are these patrons and the pioneers of jihadists in this part of the world, and he has never put anybody on his activities, because I remember some time ago when there was this issue of negotiation, and Boko Haram, we are calling him, they were saying he's their life patron and this and that. And these are the people who went as far as signing a document that the Fulanis should be allowed to settle finally in Nigeria, from all over the world. That is what is, happening now. But let me just say it very clearly. All those people that were involved in that agenda, with Buhari supervising the killing and the infiltration in the Biafran land, they have all failed. Nobody can survive, that, they can never survive it. And watching that all his plan, try to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu, try to, attack Simon Ekpa in Finland, all these things we are seeing today is a joint effort from Iran, and other Arab world who are bent on making sure that they fulfill the agreement of making sure Nigeria become an indigenous land of the Fulanese. So the obstacle Mazen Nnamdi Kanu created is why the thing has not been able, to be rooted in Nigeria till this moment. And that is what it is. And we will continue to watch as things, begin to unfold. But I can tell you that it's likely Buhari might not survive, a direct attack or release or arrest of ICC. I think that was what. So I think he's saying that it's better he died, than to face ICC over Mazen Nnamdi Kanu illegality.
Thank you very much.